established. Connection established. Connection established. Connection established. Connection established. established.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and this is Eastern Edge Season 2, powered by Indian Gaming Corps. I am your caster Asuya, and we are here to witness the semi-finals between Celcius eSports and Lafu Kabi. As you can see, the bracket which is being displayed, both these teams have overcome all the odds stacked against them, and in this match, the best of 5 games they will be tested and it will be decided who will go on to that grand final. And joining me today is another brilliant voice, Peachy. So Peachy, how are you today?
Hello, Asuya. I am doing good and I'm actually excited because we are nearing towards the grand finals. Look at that. We are already in some semifinals and this will be the day one. And again, Celcius eSports will be battling it out for the victory against Lafu Kabi. This, as you mentioned, it will be a best of five. Yes, viewers, it will be a best of five because we all know get up, get the excitement on. There we go. The bands are all setting in. Looks like Celsius eSports, they are going in with the bands. Asuya, we might be seeing some standard bands coming in, but will there be any respect bands? What do you think about that, Asuya?
Well, I think like Lycan is pretty strong with all the assassins he takes up, so maybe we could see a lot of assassin bands coming there from the side of Celsius Esports. But at the same time, we see a Zosk band is the first band they go forward to. At the same time, I have been watching many tournaments, and I am seeing Alice and Sicilian. They have risen up the meta. They are dominating their lanes. Even Suyu has been, come out today. So, PT, do you think any of these three heroes will be banned or will they be picked?
Highly possible that they could be banned because we all know how powerful the new hero is, but it is most unlikely that they won't be picked because since it's a new hero and usually it is not allowed in a tournament settings. With that, Isask has been picked off and a chip. Pretty strong bans coming in. Lafukabi looks like they have done their homework and banning out a chip right on. We all know how the chip can actually create a 1v5 situation. He can actually manage to get his teammates to actually kill off the main person who is just off guard. Maybe some of the heroes who are just trying to clear up the lane, but the chip is there with the shortcut. It will be a trouble. With that, chip has been taken down. Also, a Zas. Zukshin is yet open, Asuya, so maybe we will be seeing a Zukshin ban. Is it possible?
Well, I completely agree. Even though she received that nerf recently, she is still pretty powerful. Not to mention the way she can spam her skills without any mana right now is making her a pretty good lane because she had that weakness of clearing the minions and that has been taken away from her. At the same time, we see a Ruby ban incoming. Well, of course, I think a Ruby, a Roger, and an Xborg ban would be something we will be seeing here because Ruby can take those mobility heroes. She can lock down to a Fanny, she can lock down to a Ling, she can even lock down to a Hayabusa. So yeah, a very good ban from both the sides. So Peachy, do you think will an Edit be banned and Xborg will be banned? I think Hylos has also been banned. So what are your predictions?
A high loss has been picked off. Look at that. I'm looking at Lafu Kabi right now, and they are going in with all tanks banned. So maybe a Lolita ban would be coming in for them because we all know how Lolita is overpowered right now, right after the revamp. Her shield, that the Guardian, it is pretty strong. On the other hand, she can actually deflect a lot of basic skills as well as skills coming in, those projectiles. So maybe we might be seeing that. On the other hand, Xbox has been picked up. Even though Celsius Esports, they do have the first pick. I'm really not sure that they could have gone with a Xbox trade. So no, I don't know for that. But on the other hand, as you look at that, the assassins are yet to be picked and yet to be banned as well. Lafu Kabi, they might be going in with a link or maybe a Hayabusa and Celsius Esports. They might be trading that as well because I really think that they would be going in for a link as their first pick. This will be the last pick, deciding factor for Lafu Kabi. What Celsius Esports will be picking up.
Well, we have seen that liking on that link was an utter disaster in the previous matches. So I think Celsius not banning that link, or nor the Hayabusa or even the Fanny could be a disaster for them, because I was really expecting one of these bans coming on. And I think that Xborg ban, as you mentioned, they didn't trade it off. Maybe it could be a comfort ban. Maybe they're not comfortable with playing that Xborg, although it's pretty unlikely. But still, yes, as I said, that link has been picked up by Celcius eSports. So, what do you think could be the rest of the picks here on the side of Lafu Kabi?
Look at that, probably a Hayabusa or maybe a Edith, because these are the heroes that are very, very popular right now. And I'm thinking that they should go in with a Alpha as well. It could be a good pick to counter out their link. But on the other hand, the Alpha must have a tank such as a Kufra or probably a Mincitar, because we all know how Ling has to dash to pick up his blades when he pops his Tempest of Blade. So that is one weakness that it would be overcome by the Mincitar. So maybe looking at a Mincitar coming in with a on the EXP, or maybe Team Celsius Esports would be going with that pick. Look at that Asuya. Vexana has been picked as well as a Grok. These are the heroes that the synergy does sit well, as much as how the Grok will be coming in with the wild charge. If he's able to get it stunned up against a wall, I think even Vexana could just go in with the horrifying effect as well as the Eternal Guard. What do you think about that, Asuya?
Well, if you ask me, Peachy, I think a Kufra could have been a better option here, because a lane has been picked up and he is an utter disaster for, back laner, especially that Vexana. Once she has utilized all of her skills, all of her chain CC, she has to retreat at a pretty, safe position, and Link can utilize that very moment to take her down. So I think something to lock down that Link could have been a better option here, but still they go for that grog. I don't know what they're cooking, but I guess just let them cook. And at the same time, and Edith and Alice, as I mentioned before, what strong picks have Celsius picked up? What are your thoughts on this, Peachy?
Okay, strong picks coming in. Look at that Alice pick, pretty new pick coming in, because we have not seen a lot in this meta, but I think it will be a growing thing for her. On the other hand, Edith respect and coming in, that is kind of predicted, because we all know how Edith is can actually do the damage. On the other hand, a Lunox pick. There we go. Looks like the goal laner from the side of Team Lafu Kabi they have secured. On the other hand, it would be a great counter Alice. We all know how Alice is tanky enough, and she's the one being the front for face for the whole Team Celsius esports. So I think that it will be a problem when Lunox would be all farmed up.
Well, I agree with you that Lunox could be like she will be going to the goal lane, and she is a pretty good counter on that Edith, because if when Edith uses her ultimate, she can just pop off that Brilliance ultimate and counter that Edith. At the same time, I think a Lolita pick would again be a good choice for Lafukabi, but they have already picked a tank so early into the game, so they are out of options. So, well, and mentioning that Alice, since her recent, buff, she has become pretty popular in the gold lane. She is dominating the entire lane. So I'm really loving the picks from the side of Celsius right now. A bit biased, if you ask me, but at the same time, we move on to the rest of the bans, and we see an alpha has been banned. Well, Peachy said that an alpha could be a great pick here, so Celsius have already banned that thing, and a Matilla has also been banned along with a Phobius. Peachy, what do you think of these bans?
Okay, Matilda Ben, rightfully so, because look at that. Edith is the front face, and even the Alice could have been the front face. And what they lack is a support, a healing character, a healing hero that they need. Probably an Angela could also play right well into this lineup that Celsius Esports have. It would be a great support for the link with the Hard Guard, and maybe a good support for Alice as well, because we all know Alice coming in with the blood ode, it would be pretty strong. With that, looking at the matchup, I am also leaning towards Celsius esports right now, but they just picked up three of the heroes. Yet they are yet to pick two more heroes. Let's see what they will be picking. On the other hand, an Arlot has been picked off along with an Arlot. Looks like it will be. I'm sorry, Asuya, but can you help me? Oh, look at that. It will be a Aurora being picked off as well.
Well, yes, since Celsius haven't picked up a mage right now, and they cannot be sure that Alice goes towards the goal lane, or that Edit goes towards the goal lane, or that Edit is the roamer here, so they played safe and banned that Edit instead. But at the same time, we see a CC coming in. Well, maybe they're thinking that maybe that Alice goes towards the EXP lane, and CC is pretty good when it comes one versus one. She can melt down a Teresla, she can melt down a Yuzong early into the game, she can even melt down a X-Spark. So maybe keeping that in mind, Lafu Kabi are picking that CC to counter that Alice. What do you think?
That could be possible, but Lafu Kabi, looking at the CC pick right now, I really think that it would be a jungle CC that you might be looking at. So, look at that. Gold has been picked, the mage has been picked, the tank is also set. So, all the lack is a EXP laner. CC as a EXP laner for that Edith, I really don't think so. That would be the matchup that I want. So, highly possible that the CC would be going towards the jungle. On the other hand, look at that. Angela has been picked along with an Angela, a Jawhead, three fighters going in. I think it will be a mage Alice or maybe a mage Angela. It could be versatile because look at that. They might both go in for the mage position, or it would be a Jawhead room as well. So I am confused that who will be the room for Team Celsius esports right now.
Well, I completely agree with you. Even, Edith and Jawhead, and like all of them, even that Alice, they can interchange their position. They have a pretty flexible draft, if you ask me. And as you mentioned, and Angela supporting that Link, supporting the Jawhead, supporting the Edith, supporting the Alice, it could be an amazing pick here. At the same time, we see a Lancelot incoming. Well, Lancelot is pretty good with his dashes. If he is played well and supported well, he can be a nightmare, especially for that lane. So at this point, I am loving both their drafts, although I am slightly biased towards Celsius. What do you think? Peachy, who has the better draft here?
I am also leaning towards Celcius esports. They do have the damage, they do have the CC, they have every single possible thing. It would be the Jawhead going in with the ejector as well as unstoppable force trying to pick up a hero. On the other hand, it could be possible that he could actually dive right into the back lane. So even Alice could actually write back could actually answer back with the back lane damage as well. So we might be able to see that in this match. But if Team Celsius esports do fall short of kills or even gold, it would be a problem for that. With that, both the teams pretty strong coming in. Look at that.
Well, I completely agree. Even though meta is meta and it gives you, some of the upper hand, but what matters in the end is the team play, is the way the entire team is playing together, the way they can, execute their skills. And ladies and gentlemen, here we are heading into the land of dawn, and we see both the junglers taking their buffs. So nothing much will be going on right now. They're just, speed clearing the buffs, and we see a small poking going on in between that Alice, and Alice has taken up to that goal lane with that Lunox. So, Peachy, what do you think about the
That is
positions?
Oh, pretty strong. Look at that. I think Alice has the gold lane as well. It is a good counter for that Lunox. Look at that. She has been getting poked by her skill one constantly. On the other hand, Ling has been constantly farming up. He's trying to steal the creeps as well. Pretty strong coming in from him. And there we go. Jawhead is the roam for Team Celsius esports right now. And it is an Angela mage. So the healing might be a little low because she does not have the roam favor, or maybe in the mid game she could actually go in for the roam and get her stacks, her gold up. So it could be a good for her. On the other hand, there is some skirmish going on in the bot lane. Lunox is pretty low, and Super IMM going in with the missiles and getting the first blood.
Well, what a beautiful, can coming there from the side of the jawhead. And we see that Lance is being picked off, but he will safely retreat. At the same time, as I mentioned before, that CC is pretty good with 1 versus 1. Look at that edit. She is draining down her HP right now, and she can just heal back up due to her passive. And we see that, as you mentioned, that Angela is there with the mage build. I think she will be buying that roam 8 minutes into the game. Yeah, as you said, and the turtle has spawned. Both,
Oh,
Ling is taking his blue, and the red has been taken by the other jungler.
yeah.
So moving on to you, PG, take it over.
There you go. While Lancelot is still in the red buff, he is kind of low since he just finished, and the Tempest of Blade have been used from coming in from Alice. There we go. 0-2 getting picked off right before the turtle, and the turtle goes towards the Lancelot. On the other hand, a double kill for the Grok. He tries to go in, but no, he is low right now, and Neko's Queen will be the sole survivor of this team fight.
Well, analyzing that team fight, CC had already taken that edit. Almost half of her HP had been drained down. So I think it was already a losing game, especially when Ling was still there trying to take his blue buff. So, yeah, pretty obvious if you ask me. Take it over, PG.
Zozo was the one who actually made sure that the Ling was low. On the other hand, Ling he is trying to get a kill right in the bot lane. Looks like the light from brilliance have been used coming in from Lunox. So there we go. The wild starts coming in. He is low, and 0-2 being picked off. The K is still alive. Super IMM also goes down in the hands of Lunox, but Nox he is just there to punish them all. Nox with the blood ode, he still goes in. It will be the Angela with the hard cut supporting her. Hence why she is alive.
Well, what a beautiful support coming from that Angela there. And look at that top lane. CC is utterly dominating that from the edit, because even if edit tries to use her ultimate, she can just, run away. She has that passive of speed, her passive of life steal, and not much is going on right now. That Angela is already level 6, and the way she's supporting is really good. And that Link trying to, just steal that minions, the farm away from the Lancelot. So I think he will be able to escape because not much is
Uh-huh.
happening.
That is true. On the other hand, there is still like 10 seconds left for the turtle to spawn, and there we go. On the other hand, I really think that the Angela should be using a hard cut onto the Ling, because Ling is the one who needs the support. Right just before the team fight, he is the one getting slain. So, Angela should actually try to get her the priorities right with that. Or the jawhead is in the bush. He's trying to get some kills. He's trying to get a pick off already, but he fails right there. Super IMM, he tries to go back, and the wall will be the one to stop him. On the other hand, he is kind of low. He will be healed up by Angela, but not much, because we all know how the Angela does not have the roam favor. The turtle is low, and there we go. The retribution coming in from Lancelot. The Phantom's execution as well. It will be used, and there we go. And Neko's Queen will be using the hard guard onto the Ling. He is still surviving the horrific effect. Will be giving a lot of damage to him because the passive just hit from the Vexana. And wait a minute, maybe Lancelot, you are in some kind of trouble. You're low right now, and you die in the hands of Eda.
Oh my god, like literally Lancelot, that wasn't a good move right there. I know that Ling is in low HP, and it's your job to take down the low HP from behind who are running away, but still that was pretty much out of position between all those people right there. And we see that Grog and Lunox have taken down that bot turret. So will we see a trade off of turret coming at the top lane, PG?
Oh, highly possible. Look at that. It is the Edith along with the Link. They are trying to eyeing that turret. Looks like the 50% of the HP has been already blown off. So I really don't think so. Since CC does has that lane clearance and she did manage to get the lanes up. On the other hand, Vixana is still there in the top lane. He will be just trying to support. Oh, there we go. The flicker horrifying effect coming in. On the other hand, Edith will be picked off. In the bot lane, there is still some damage coming in from Lancelot as well as Ling. The wild charge connecting on to the Ling, but there is no one to back him up. So Ling will be safe here, but Angela will not be the safe, and it is a killing spree.
What a beautiful aiming by that Vexana right there, flickering, terrorizing both of them, and followed up by that CC with her ultimate and the damage. What a beautiful gank! What a beautiful synergy coming from the side of Lafu Kabi. And just look at that Alice. I think she will be taken down, and yes, she will be. And Link tries to charge in, and Jawhead throws him inside, but that Link wasn't getting support from that Angela, but instead oh my god, what a beautiful gank right there. What a beautiful throw from that Jawhead. And I think that Edith would also be taken down by the Eternal Guard. Oh my god, what a trade off right here. On to you, Peachy.
That is true. Look at that. Another neutral objective has been taken away by Lancelot, leaving no mercy right there. This will be the third turtle going down in the hands of Lafu Kabi. On the other hand, Ling really needs to team up with his teammates and try to get the synergy up because, he is trying to get a pick off. But on the other hand, he's the one dying first. Even though he's getting the Angela's hard guard, so they will team Celcius eSports. They are in some kind of trouble, but they are not also in trouble. Look at that. The team, the gold as well. It is just favoring towards Lafu Kabi, but it is just not much. A 2k gold difference. Okay, wait a minute. The Eternal Guard with the White Stars coming in into the mid lane. It will be taking down Edith again. It will be unstoppable for Zozo. On the other hand, the turret has been taken, and Alice will be going down in the hands of CC. Team Lafu Kabi, they are trying to go in for more, but look at that. The pause has already set, and maybe there is some technical issues coming away. But don't worry, this actually means that you viewers are supposed to like the stream. Also, subscribe to the channel and do share with your friends as well.
Connection established. Connection established.
With that, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Sorry, we actually had some technical issues, and there you go. We are resolved. You guys are tuned in at Eastern Edge Season 2, and we are actually watching a match between Celcius eSports versus Team Lafu Kabi.
Well, yes, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being patient and being staying tuned. And as we see Lafu Kabi utterly dominating the entire map, just I love that combination coming from that Kufra. Sorry, from that Vexana, the way she is using her chain CC is utterly dominating the entire map. And even though there was some trade-offs in the beginning, I really love how Lafu Kabi is not ignoring even a single objective. Just look at Celsius. They are confined to the entire inside of their own map. They like Lafkabi has entirely opened up the map for themselves. Not even one of the turret has gone down right now. So Peachy, who do you think will Celsius be able to defend the first lord incoming their way?
Highly possible they could, they do have their inhibitors up, so it would be possible that they can do. On the other hand, it will be the Angela taking a kill, but a Jawhead also getting a kill. Look at that, two member down from the side of team Lafu Kabi. The Lord is up for a grab. Ling, he is low, but not the Ling, but the Lancelot, he is low. But on the other hand, team Celcius eSports, they are prioritizing a turret. For that would be the mid turret, because we all know how important is that turret and they want it. So yeah.
Oh my god, like Lafukabi had the chance to get that lord, and I was thinking that they would, but they made that
Oh,
grave mistake of engaging beforehand, and I think that Lancelot will be getting chased down, and will he be able to escape?
oh,
But no, he has been taken down. Oh my god. Like literally, they are committing mistakes at the major point in the game where I thought that they would be taking this lord, this victory. So on to you, Peachy.
oh no, I really thought that will be the case here, because Lancelot, he was kind of safe, but it is not safe. Looks like Brendan will be taken down in the hands of Jawhead. The hard cut has been popped. He's trying to get a skill to onto the CC. On the other hand, look at that, the wild just connecting onto one people. The Tempest of Blade coming into handy as well. It will be the Grok taking down the Lord. Oh my god, you know what just happened? It will be 0-2 going down in the hands of Grok as well. Even though Ling had his retribution up, it will be the Grok. He's still standing strong. On the other hand, the hard guard will be used onto the Edith. They are still chasing down that Grok, and it is a killing spree for Super IMM.
Oh my god, what a steal from that Grog, and the way he was just, making them move around that wall. Another funny thing, really, I really loved how this Grog turned the game, turned the tide for Lafukabi. This is what they are saying, that we are the champions. Even though some setbacks come, you won't be able to take us down. This is what they are proving, and I think Celsius needs to just group up and defend at this point, because I am seeing that, Edit also is not being able to land her skills pretty well, and that Alice has also been taken down. Oh my god, what are they doing? Stop soloing.
Oh, that is true. Even though they did manage to get a Lancelot pick off right before the Lord, it just did not come in the hands of Team Celsius eSports. The Lord was already taken off. Pretty good, strong clearance coming in. On the other hand, the mid lane has been taken off. Team Lafukabi, they are looking at neutral objectives as much as possible, because we all know that how Lafukabi really wants to get a position in the grand finals. They are winning right now. They are having this lead with a 3k goal difference, pretty strong, and this will be taken down very easily. Look at that, Lancelot going in with the Tempest of Blade. The Phantom Steed would be going in as well, but no, it will be a Brendan getting picked off by the Jawhead every single time. He is being shut down so badly by Jawhead. On the other hand, Lancelot going in with his combos. He is trying to get a skills onto them, but there we go. It is another. He's getting interrupted by Edith right now, and there we go. He has been picked off by the Ling.
I think it was overextension on the part of Lafukabi. They didn't get a turret. They should have just retreated, because because the Vexana had been taken down by that Ling, and if you don't have her, I think it was a pretty bad idea to extend that thing there, because I really loved how Lancelot was just dashing away, taking some kills, but still, I think it was still overextension. Peachy, what do you think?
That is true, Asuya. Lancelot could have actually gone back and survived. He could have just recalled, but it was the Ling with the mindful presence. He went in directly. He shouldn't have come for Angela. And we all know how Angela can actually heal back up. And since she has the Rome and also the Holy Flask, sorry, the Flask of Oasis, it is actually favoring towards herself. So on the other hand, I'm looking at the scoreboard as well. But there we go. The Lord camera is up. The Lord is up in this second Lord of the match. This will be a level 2 Lord very soon, and it will be an important Lord for Team Celcius eSports because their turrets is down. They have to push it out. They really have to get their neutral objectives up.
Well, if you ask me, that Alice needs to take down, and at the same time, I see that
Oh,
Link trying to take down that Lancelot, and he has been taken down just at the nick of time where Lord has spawned. I think Celsius will be taking this Lord. Oh my god, what a beautiful gameplay coming from that Link. We didn't expect that to happen, and I think he will be taken down by that Lunox, and yes, he has also been taken down. Both the junglers are gone at this point. Peachy, what do you think?
no Lord for them. Look at that Grog going in with a wild charge. It is a two-man knockup coming in from the Eternal Guard, but they are safe. Team Lafu Kabi, they are playing it safe now because they know it's just a four-man. It is the battle of vengeance coming in from Alice as well as CC, but the disengage is real. They are coming in already. Look at that. Angela's heart card is up. On the other hand, the Blood Ode will be doing some damage onto the Grog. Grog, who does not have his Athena shield up, because I'm really not sure why he does not have his Athena shield, because it would be actually beneficial for him. On the other hand, the Earthquake Shatter will be the one getting CC the knockup, but no, there we go. The Lord has been taken again by Lancelot, and it will be a pick off going on. Two men down from the side of Team Celcius eSports. There is some disengage coming on. On the other hand, every member of Lafu Kabi, they are low, and it is Vexana who is just trying to play it safe, because we all know Vexana is a mage and she has to play it in a safe distance so that she could get her CC up and she could actually get her ultimate up as well.
Peachy, I did see that Link missing his retribution right there, and Lancelot, I think, is better when it comes to using his retribution. But at the same time, I see that Joe had in a bad spot because even Grok is right there, and CC is following him. But I think he will just speed up and go. At the same time, we see Lord marching down the mid lane. So, Peachy, what do you think? Will Celsius be able to defend their base?
They really have to defend it, because if they need to win match one, they have to show them who's the boss. Celcius eSports, come on, you guys got this. On the other hand, the inhibitors are going down from the top lane and also the bot lane. Pretty bad for Celcius eSports right now, but they are getting a momentum. The gold is also not much up, because they both the teams are just trying to even it out, Asuya.
Yeah, I agree with you. But it's like a to and fro of a pendulum. First, it was Lafu Kabi dominating, but some mistakes they made led Celsius to be the one evening out everything, evening out their gold, evening out their kills. And now, after that trade-off between the two junglers, I see again that Link trying to take down on that Lancelot, but I think Lancelot will just dash away. But I think he is in a precarious position over there because everyone is heading his way, but no, he will just recall back. Oh my god, I think Celsius just needs to defend, clear the lanes, and try to take that the next luminous lord which will arrive, because there is not an option for that Link to miss a retribution again. At the same time, I think that Alice needs to take down that Vexana because she is being a bone of contention between the fights of the two teams. So do you think, PG?
That is true. So yeah, both the teams, they are just trying to get a damage onto it. I really thought, from the draft itself, it would be Team Celsius who would be winning those team fights, but they are lacking right now. Since it is the Link who is just going in for being the face of his team, trying to get the damage up. It is just not working into his favors. On the other hand, the minions are pouring in since the inhibitors are gone, so it will be they really need a lane clearance as soon as possible.
At the same time, I do not know that has that Angela taken, a roam, because it's already past 8 minutes into the game, and I see that ball from the Grog and then Edith in a precarious position, but she might be just taking that all the damage to pop up her ult, but no, she doesn't use her ult and just flickers away. But at the same time, she has been taken down by that Lunox, and at the same time, we see a skirmish going on in the bot lane, and I think the link will be taken down as well as that Angela who followed up. And yes, what a fatal mistake on the part of Celcius. Why did they come out even though the Lord has spawned? I think it will be a pretty easy victory for Lafu Kabi now. What do you think, PJ?
Could be possible. Look at that. The movement speed coming in from Angela. It couldn't be matched with the CC, but there we go. Mena will be taking down the Angela. On the other hand, 4 men are down on the side of Celcius Kabi, and the minions will be taking down the crystal. It is Lafu Kabi securing the first game.
मैं वॉशरूम होके आ रहा हूँ.
Okay, with that, we will be back with the MVP screen. So don't go anywhere, guys.
Connection established. Connection established. Connection established. Connection established. Connection established. Connection established. Connection established.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are looking at the end result of the match one, which actually happened between Celcius eSports versus Lafu Kabi. This is the semi-final match, and look at the scoreboard. We are looking at the items as well. Pretty strong coming in. Both the teams, they were able to get their items up, almost getting a match, but on the other hand, only one could be victorious, and it was team Lafu Kabi. So yeah.
Well, yes, I agree with you. And at the same time, looking at their equipment builds, like Lafu Kabi has that Vexana, they have that Lunox, so a magic defense is much needed on their part of the Celsius. But at the same time, I don't see that Jawhead, even though he was the roamer, maybe he should have gone more tankier because I saw him getting melted down pretty quickly, and he only has an Athena at the same time that Edith with only a radiant armor. I and that Alice with her winter crown wasn't much use either because she had just one job to take down that Vexana, and I didn't see her doing that at all. At the same time, the mistakes which they made their game go down. And we see Vexana getting that MVP, as I said, ladies and gentlemen. Her damage was insane. Her chain CC and her aiming was completely brilliant. So, yeah, she deserves that MVP. What do you think, Peachy?
I do agree with you with the career of 7 to 11. He played immaculately trying to carry the game, and he did manage to do that with that a well deserved MVP. Ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere because we will be right back with a match too.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back to the second match of the best of five. Whoever takes three victories would be proceeding on to that grand final. So, what do you think, Peachy? Will we see a comeback coming from the side of Celcius eSports, or will we see utter domination again back from the side of Lafu Kabi?
Highly possible. Both the teams they really want to stay in this tournament. We are tuned in at Eastern Edge Season 2, powered by Indian Gaming Corps. With that, the first ban would be going towards in the hands of Team Lafu Kabi. Maybe we will be seeing those same bans coming again, and maybe some respect bans from Celcius eSports. So I'm curious to know what they are going to go in for.
Well, I think Celsius eSports need to, maybe they will ban that Vixana because she was being a complete menace on the battlefield and they do not have that pick, the first pick. So I think they might ban that Vixana. What do you think, Peachy?
Vexana, yes, they should actually ban out the Vexana and even the Lunox because in the last game we did see them creating a maddening effect into the battlefield, which was unavoidable. The how Celsius Esports lost it. With that, the respect ban should be actually pouring in. On the other hand, I really want to see a Hayabusa ban or maybe a Link ban again because right now the first pick would be in the hands of Lafu Kabi, and we all know how they can actually manage to get the Ling as well.
And yes, as you were speaking, Ling has been banned. Well, Ling is a pretty hard to counter assassin. You need that Mensatar, you need the Kufra, you need something like a Eudora or Saber to lock down to that Ling because he can literally take down those backlines. As we saw in the previous game, I think that Ling was kind of pissed off by that Lancelot or something because I always saw him soloing that Lancelot, especially that moment where we saw that Ling taking down that Lancelot near the base, and then Ling himself getting, shredded to pieces by that Lunox who was ambushing him was a very, very entertaining moment. Don't you think so, BG?
Uh, hi, that is true. We did see a lot of heroes getting obliterated into the match, but on the other hand, they were able to get the damage up. In some team fight, we did see how Lunox was just in the bush. He was trying to get an ambush onto Team Celsius Esports, but he was getting caught by the Jawhead, and since Jawhead who was on the roam with the dire hit and with damage, he was getting slain by that. So that is one of the problem for them. On the other hand, the high lows have been picked out. I think Lafukabi they're going in with the same bans that they did in the last match. There we go. Chip has been banned. High loss has been banned. Maybe a Hayabusa ban at this, or maybe a Edith. What do you think about that, Asia?
Well, we could see an edit ban incoming, but at the same time, Lolita has not been banned. So I truly believe that if an edit has been picked, a Lolita could be a great counter to her. So unless I see a Lolita ban, I never say that an edit will be banned. At the same time, I do not see a Zushin being banned, nor do I see a Zask being banned. And don't you think an Xbog is a hero which requires a ban here?
Yeah, so yeah, I'm actually thinking, this is the last ban coming in from Celcius eSports. So maybe a Hayabusa ban or maybe a Lunox ban right here because Lafu Kabi in the last match, they took up the Lunox as the goal lane and did a very well job. So I think this is the good bans I think that they should be doing. What do you think about that, Asya?
Well, I agree with you, but we just have to wait out and watch what Celsius is planning. Although they have banned that Phobius, and as you predicted, a Hayabusa has been banned. Although he just, he recently received a little bit of nerf. I think Hayabusa still is a hero who can single out the squishy heroes and completely turn the tide of the game. So yeah, a pretty good band there, but who do you think would be the first pick here? Because so many heroes are open. Julian is open. Teresla is open. So, what are your thoughts, PG?
The first pick look at that Lafu Kabi, they have it. So they went in for a Vexana already. No time wasted. It would be probably. Wait a minute. Celsius esports are on the blue side, and I think Lafu Kabi are on the uh red side because Neko's queen, as much as I know, no, never mind. Okay, looks like they go in for a Vexana because in the last match we did see how Vexana was the MVP for the team.
Well, yeah, Vexana has been picked up, but I think, if Vexana has been picked up, a trade off with Aurora could be a pretty good option here because we have seen Aurora dominating all the tournaments. She has recently, after the buff she received, the way she can poke her first skill continuously and with the CCs she provides, she is another brilliant mage to be picked up. But at the same time, we see a Moscow as a priority pick. Although I understand why Teresla has been picked, but why do you think Moscow has been picked up so early into the game?
Moscow, okay, I was not expecting that because we all know Moscow could be counter out with the Harriet since Harriet is still open. I would have loved it how if they could actually played it after the second phase of the ban. But look at that. Moscow in the first pick. I am little skeptical, but let's see how it will go on the hands of team Lafu Kabi. On the other hand, Tesla has been picked. Pretty strong picks coming in. Looks like he will be going in the EXP lane.
Yes, that our Lord has been locked onto. He just received a buff, so he has come back to the meta again, making an entry. And at the same time, we see Lafukabi again going for that grok. Well, still makes sense because that Teresla and that Moscow, they have the stance. So if Grok stays near the wall, he won't be getting all that CC. So yeah, even in the last match, even though I think Grok is not a pretty, popular pick, they still made him a popular and a useful pick. So yeah, I am loving Lafukabi's picks right now, that Vexana and that Arlord followed up by that Grok. But at the same time, Celcius have taken up that X-Borg. Oh my god, I literally fear this hero, the way he can abuse the war axe and the way he can slow with the equipment at the same time. If he gets his immortality, he has almost 4 lives. He is so hard to kill. He can take the squishy heroes, he can just dive in and take that Vexana down. And Vexana can't even do anything about it because he is invincible when he uses his ultimate. So, what do you think, Peachy, who has the better draft as for now?
I'm looking at Team Lafugabi as well. They do have a better draft. Look at that Arlot. They could look at that Grog. They have Vexana as well. They have the CC to themselves. They do have the damage as well. But on the other hand, as they are still not lacking as well. So both the teams are looking strong, but it will all tone down to what skills they have. Because in the last game, we did see how Celsius eSports was getting picked one by one. That is what that we don't want to see again in the match too.
As I mentioned before, like a Vexana, if she has been picked, and Aurora could be a brilliant pick as a trade off, but Celsius don't prioritize her, and as a result, that Aurora has been banned along with that Edith. Well, both of them are pretty good picks if you ask me. As I said before, unless Lolita has been picked, that Edith is like a monster, and yet Celsius just gave it away. I don't understand. Maybe a marksman pick could have been towards the end and prioritizing, and Aurora could have been a pretty good option here, don't you think, PJ?
That is true, Asuya. I do agree with you, but the bans are all set in. There we go. We did see a Lunox getting banned as well, so it looks like no more gold Lunox coming in. On the other hand, a Nolan has been picked along with a Nolan. It would be a Bruno. Long time no see Bruno. There we go. We are seeing a Bruno in this match. On the other hand, Team Celcius eSports, they are lacking a uh, hyper right now. Maybe I'm looking at maybe a Xbog or probably a alpha hyper coming in, because it would be a good hyper.
Well, I agree with you, and Xborg or an Alpha pick could be pretty viable here. At the same time, even Julian is open, and you know that Julian can take down that Bruno, so I am pretty excited to know. But they have instead taken a Lilia for the mage and the mid lane. So, yes, as you said, the Hyper will be going to the Xborg.
Yes, that is true. So yeah, look at that. Both the teams, they have their picks up. Intense battle coming in from Team Lafu Kabi versus Team Celcius eSports. I am excited to see who's going to win. Also, Austria, let us make some quick prediction as well. Who are you rooting for right now? You are looking at both of the teams. They do have their picks up. What do you think, Austria?
Well, if you ask me, I this time I am a pretty little bit biased towards Lafu Kabi because they have that Nolan who can destroy the squishy hero, especially towards the late game. And judging from the previous game, I see Lafu Kabi has a better synergy. They have a better team fight potential. Like Celsius had pretty good heroes picks in the last game, but they weren't able to utilize them to the full extent. But I do not know. This is what the three matches are here for PG. Like maybe we can see a comeback coming from the side of Celcius eSports, but yeah, we just need to stay tuned and see what how this match goes.
Yes, that is true, Asuya. So do make sure to like and subscribe and do share it to your friends, because this is a match between Team Lafu Kabi on the blue side and we have Celsius Esports on the red side. With that, the damage is all coming in. Bruno, who is a late game hero from the mid game, he could be a potentially a good marksman, because we all know how he is going to scale with the items, as well as how he is going to get a power spike with the level as well. With that, Moscow would be the one countering him. I'm really not sure how it will be going for them. I was really hoping that they would go in with a Harris, so Moscow would be in a very tight situation, because Lafu Kabi, they have the lead, they have this confidence, they have the synergy, as you mentioned. Yes, Asuya, they do have the synergy, so it's a plus point for them. On the other hand, the first blood has been taken, and Zozo will be the one taken down in the hands of Xbox.
Well, early into the game, and that Grog doesn't have much he can do to protect that Vexana, so she should have played it safe. I know she was trying to rotate, but she mispositioned, and as a result, the first blood has been given to that X-Borg, and the turtle has spawned. So I see there might be some skirmish going on in the top lane to take that R-Lot down, because the turtle is right there, ladies and gentlemen. He is still level 3, he's trying to get to level 4, and not much is going on until both the teams get to level 4, but just look at that Terisla. I mean, he is already level 4, and at the same time, the Lilia has also leveled up. So I can see that Bruno getting ganked in the bot lane, and Xbox charging in with his ultimate, and he has taken that Bruno down. But I think at the same time, the turtle will be the Nolan will be taking the turtle because Xbox needs time to arrive. But do you think will Xbox reach back in time? No, he doesn't. And
No. That there you go, the eternal guard has been popped off, but it was a little late. With that, the turtle has been taken in the hands of Nolan. But since they were, I think also, yeah, it is a pretty good trade-off. You have taken down the marksman for a turtle. Yes, that is true. You're just shutting down the marksman right from minute 2. That is strong coming in from Team Celcius eSports right now. On the other hand, there is some swarming coming in the bot lane. While Moscow is playing out safe. This is what I'm loving about Moscow right now because he knows his potential into the late game and he's just waiting it out. On the top lane, there is some 1v1 going on with the Arlord and with the Terizla as well. Arlord has been dealing so much damage towards the Terizla. It is just not enough because we are in the early game right now and there are no items up.
well, I completely agree with you that Bruno is being completely dominated there, but I think they'll be taking the revenge back. And Matilda goes in, but I think she will be taken down by that Eternal, by Vexana. And even Moscow has to retreat. Oh my god, I was thinking that, Celcius is rotating pretty well, shutting down that Bruno from game 1, but I think now Lafu Kabi has taken the first turtle, so now they are just, taking the revenge, dominating that Bruno instead. And I think that Lilia is low in mana, especially also in HP. So Lafu Kabi should just return, and yes, they are recalling back to get their HP back. And at the same time, the turret has also been taken down. Oh my god, they are striking like lightning. Don't you think so, BG?
I do agree with you, Asuya. Look at them, Lafu Kabi going crazy. They have been taken just 4 minutes into the game. The turret has been slain. The turret has been taken off from the bot lane. Pretty strong coming in. On the other hand, Team Celcius eSports, they are lacking the neutral objectives again in this game too as well. They need to step up. They did step up with their, picks. But on the other hand, looks like it will be the Nolan going in with the retribution, securing the turtle. It would be a kill towards that Terizla, and X-Ball also getting killed. It is a double kill for the Nolan. Pretty strong.
Well, I did see that Xbox trying to steal that turtle using his ultimate, but I did also see him missing his retribution. So yeah, I think this game too will be taken away by Lafu Kabi. As I said before, their ganking is immaculate. Their synergy is immaculate. They are not letting even one neutral objective or even other objectives like the turtle out of their hand. And I think Nolan will be going in again on that marksman, but Matilda tries to go in but just flies ahead back. I think Celcius needs to, group up and play safe. Don't you think so, Bichi?
That is true. So yeah, for a minute I really thought that Matilda would be the one dying because she was just flying right, in front of Lafu Kabi's turret. But now look at that. The final slash coming in from Arlord would be damaging it. But on the other hand, it is the Matilda with the guiding lights doing its magic, and she is just guiding them towards the safety of her team members.
Well, as I mentioned before, that Vexana is a very dangerous pick because she has that changed CC, and especially when there are a lot of minions around and teams are grouped together, she can deal so much damage. And I think this is a major mistake on the part of Celcius that they didn't pick Aurora and they gave away that Vexana. Just look at her damage there. Even literally even that Terizla is getting melted down at this point.
I agree with you, Asuya. Terizla is supposed to be tanky. He's the one who is to be there to dish out damage, to take a no. How do you say that? Like you're being the front face for your team, so that the team can actually deliver damage to your enemies. That would be the Lafu Kabi right now. Okay, wait a minute. The team fight is starting on. The turtle has been taking the last insanity. He's still doing the magic into the land of dawn, but it won't be doing much with that. Brendan will be getting kill onto the 0-2. On the other hand, Zozo, he will be getting another kill. But he's still there. He's still giving up the damage. On the other hand, wait a minute, Matilda is in some kind of trouble. 5 men inside the turret, and there we go, a killing spree for the Nolan.
Oh my god, this is what I was talking about, PG. This is that beautiful gameplay coming from the side of Lafu Kabi, which is always impressing me, you know. Just you saw how well they just went inside the turret all together. Not even a single member died, but that Matilda, she was out of position. And at the same time, I am noticing that Matilda is playing more like, a tank, even though she is a support. At this point early in the game, she doesn't have that much defense. So I think she should be playing safe and she should try to, let the teammates to safety, but instead she is just diving into danger herself. Don't you think so, Peachy?
That is true. Matilda should be the one for the face of the team. She is over the circling eagle, but she is doing it on the right person. That would be the Nolan, but the stuns are not on point. That is what I'm worried about. Oh, look at that, the flicker play coming in with the Celcius. It does not connect, but it does give a knock-up effect to them. It looks like the circling eagle will be popped up onto the Bruno. With that, the spear of destruction will be missed out, but Nolan, he is going ham. He just took down the Lilia. On the other hand, he is still there, but no, he gets caught out with the penalty zone, and it will be a shutdown for him. On the other hand, Matilda as well as the Terresla trying to escape it out, but no, it will be the Bruno delivering the punishment for extending the team fight.
And at the same time, I think Moscow has realized that there is no point in the team fights because no one is getting, there is no sustain from their side, even though they have that Teresla, they have that X-Borg. They are not getting the opportunity to deal that damage because Vexana is there terrorizing them, giving that chain CC, so they cannot do anything. So I think the only option left for them is to split push, and Moscow is trying to do this. And as we speak, the Lord has spawned, and I think Lafu Kabi will be taking this Lord. And at the same time, I believe Celcius eSports need to play it safe and do not contest for this Lord because it's just the first Lord and they can safely defend it. Don't you think so, Peachy?
Yes, that is true. It could be safely defended. I agree with you because, team Lafu Kabi, they do have their turrets up. And on the other hand, team Celcius eSports, they also have their inhibitors up. So I think it will be a easy defend. But on the other hand, team Celcius eSports, they need to get their Lord up. They need to try to take it on. But no, it will be the team Lafu Kabi going in with the Lord. It will be an uncontested Lord. Right now, team Celcius eSports, they are lacking in gold. They are lacking in kills as well. And this is what is enabling, disabling them to not come towards the river area. With that, look at that. Nolan is all farmed up. He did snowball the early game, the mid game, and late game. It is in his hands. With that, the Lilia has been picked off right before the Lord, and another turret from the top lane.
Well, I completely agree with you. Lafu Kabi has the damage, they have the gold at this point, and I think that Xbox will be taken down. His armor hasn't popped up, but he successfully just goes back. As I said before, with that immortality, he has those 4 lives, and he is pretty hard to kill. And at the same time, I think Celcius will defend this Lord successfully and Frog going in, but I think it was a major mistake on his part, but he just successfully just goes away. It's like no one has any damage, and even that Lord marching from the top, I think that our Lord is in a bit of precarious position there where they are just retreating. And yeah, the turret is also safe, but I think the mid lane turret will be taken down. What do you think, Peachy?
Possible. Look at that. There we go. Bruno would be the one taking down the mid lane turret because we did see it in a 25% of HP. So that is true how the minions were just pouring in. On the other hand, 3 of the inhibitors. No, so I'm sorry. 2 of the inhibitors have been. So sorry about that. The one inhibitor has been already taken the top, and the bot is still is safe right now, but not for too long because Team Lafu Kabi, they have the lead in the kills, and even even in gold, and that is enabling them to come inside and actually get a pick off as well. Look at that, our lord, he is just there in front of the faces of Celcius eSports and telling them that we have the goal lead, we have the kill lead as well. Look at that, and the eternal guard has been popped off. It will be taking turret damage right there. On the other hand, Bruno would be the one going in for the turret, pretty strong.
Well, as I said before, giving away that Vexana was the biggest bad thing Celsius could do, because just look at that, they're not getting that window of opportunity to attack, because as soon as they are trying to come ahead, they are trying to dish out some damage, they are just getting CC'd. And along with that damage, when you are grouped together from Vexana's passive, it's literally draining down more than half of the HP bar. So yeah, they just have the option, that is to retreat. Oh my god, that is why you always ban that Vexana, or you just trade her off with an Aurora. Don't you think so, Peachy?
Zozo was the one who played Vexana in the last game, and we did see how he secured the MVP. So I think that respect ban should have come in already, from the side of Team Celsius Esports. But no, it was the Lunox who just got banned. But they traded out a Vexana. On the other hand, Team Lafu Kabi, they have the Lord towards themselves again. This will be the level 2 Lord, and it is a leveled up Lord from the basic Lord. And right now, Team Celsius esports, they don't have any inhibitors up. So what does that mean, Asoya? It is a trouble for them.
Yes, definitely. It is looking quite troublesome for that. The only way left for them is to split push, or either, go behind and take that Vexana down. And I think only, Moscow can do it at this point. After all like the tankier people, the one who are CCing, they are ahead, engaging. He should sneak up behind and take that Vexana, because she has a pretty good positioning there, always behind. Just look at her. And at the same time, the top lane turret has also been taken down, and Lord is also marching in. Celsius trying to defend. I think they will be able to defend, but at the same time, I see them in a precarious position. And look at that ultimate coming from Grok at the same time, that Eternal Guard also getting popped off, and I think that Lord will be taken down, and Xbox trying to dish out some damage, and that penalty zone missing from the terrace land. I think the turret will be taken down, ladies and gentlemen. I think this game will also be going to Lafu Kabi, the second game of the match. Oh my god, what a beautiful victory on their part.
Connection established. established. Connection established. Connection established. Connection established. Connection established.
Oh, welcome back. This was the result for the match to, look at that Lafu Kabi attaining a victory again in the match too. This was a little unbalanced, because Nolan was the one who actually snowballed the early game as well. Look at his KDA 5-1-6. This is what the KDA of a Nolan should be, and this is how a Nolan should be there in every single team fight. On the other hand, Asuya, look at that. Even though we had a Moscow, it was a pretty bad for them because Moscow couldn't do much with a KDA of 1-1-1.
Well, I agree with you. Just even look at that Lilia with 041 and that Matilda with 04. Well, I think, as I mentioned before, and I will mention it again, that giving away that Vexana was a major mistake, and not picking up an Aurora as a trade off is the major mistake here. And the MVP again is Vexana, ladies and gentlemen. She is the goated mage, and that's why we must ban her or maybe pick her counters. So, yeah. And, ladies and gentlemen, I will be signing off with this game, but don't worry, joining Peachy would be another great caster here, Ray. So, stay tuned. Goodbye.
Hello, everyone. I will be joining Peachy on the caster's desk after Asu has left because I also wish to witness as well as cast for these two amazing teams, Lafu Kabi and as well as Celcius eSports. After two dominating wins from the side of Lafu Kabi, I wish to see will Celsius eSports will be able to make a comeback or they will go down against the domination of Lafu Kabi. I am excited to join here with a great voice, Peachy. How are you feeling after casting for two amazing games from Lafu Kabi at this point? I think Peachy will be joining us soon. We are proceeding to the draft phase already, and Hylos is the priority ban for Celsius eSports. Well, considering he was nerfed in the recent patches, I do not think he could be a priority ban, especially considering that Vexana has dominated the games twice and Lycan on all those assassins is just way too strong. So I think those could have been a better option, but at the same time, they might have the counters for them, so they will be proceeding with the Hylas ban. And from the side of Lapokabi, we see the teleport shenanigans master. The chip has been banned out. Despite the recent nerf to his passive teleportation, his main teleportation skill does have the immobilization effect, so they do not want to face off against it and they will be banning him out. And Lunox is also being banned out, and I think that is a respect ban coming in from Celsius Esports for that Brandon, whose signature pick is that Lunox.
Hello, Ray. I am back.
Hey there, welcome back to the stream, and I'm so glad you joined in back. And we are back onto the draft phase between Lafu Kabe and Sunset Esports. I was just asking you, like, how did you feel like casting for two exciting games from these two teams, where Lafu Kabe was able to get two wins under their belt with complete entire domination?
That's right, Ray. Both the teams they did very well, but as we know, this is Mobile Legends 5v5, and only one can be a victor in each and every match. But it would be La Fukabi winning out the last match because yes, as you mentioned, the domination was there. They were so aggressive. They were right in front of their face. With that, I'm looking at the bans right now. Pretty strong bans coming in. Look at that. The respect already pouring in. On the other hand, Super IMM, he has been denied his chip in every single game. Lafu Kabi's first ban was always a chip and will be always a chip when there is Celcius eSports. Right now, I think they are getting an upgrade right now and they are going in with a Ruby for the goal lane or possibly a EXP or maybe a Roam because we all know how Ruby is a versatile mage.
Yes, Ruby is just so versatile that she can just go anywhere. That is what makes her such a formidable pick on this meta. That is why she is banned on majority of the games, but she was not banned because both teams have different priorities to satisfy. And Ruby was picked from the side of Celcius eSports. And I do hope that she will probably be going goal lane to best utilize the priority with the Wardex, with the Queen's Wings, so she will have enough lifesteal as well as spellvamp to sustain in the team fights. And especially the I am offended from an goal lane Ruby can hurt a lot. And we see a Vexana being prioritized again from Lafu Kabi. Will this be another MPB game from that Vexana? I was really thinking the Vexana could be, prioritized this time, but they instead opted for the Grog ban instead. Do you think Celsius Esports might be paying off against that Vexana or not?
Look at that, Lafu Kabi, they have Vexana again in their hands. So strong coming in because in the past two match, Ray, it was just the Vexana who was completely dominating and getting those MVP as well. That was pretty big coming in from them. On the other hand, look at that Harith pick coming in. It would be a great counter for the Ruby. It looks like Ruby will be the one in the goal lane because I'm not looking at any marksman right now or even EXP. So maybe she would be going towards the goal lane. On the other hand, Aurora pick. I think Asuya would be the one who would be happy to see because she did mention a Aurora in the last match, but they did not pick it up. But this match, Asuya, if you're watching, there we go. You got our picks. With that, to combo it out, it will be integral pick.
Yes, the combo pick coming in from the Celsius eSports, very strong picks coming in considering the Vexana was prioritized and they did not really go for a jungle pick, but at the same time, yes, indeed, you are right. Just like Asuya was hoping to see Aurora pick to counter that Vexana has finally been picked. I hope she is watching the stream and she is happy that her wish has come true. Anyways, we are heading on to the last four bans from both sides as we see the Hayabusa and the Carmilla picks have been denied for the side of Team Lafokabi. Perhaps they do not want that Carmilla Vexana combo happening to their teams and they do not want that ninja guy ruining their team composition by taking out people solo. And ladies and gentlemen, Lafu Kabi locking that Fanny, the Lycan, that is his signature pick before Ling, before Hayabusa, before Nolan. That was his main, and it is still his main. And I'm so excited to see how good the Fanny will perform. Fanny has been nerfed a lot in all of the recent patches, but she is still one of the strongest assassins to face off against in the right hands. And by right hands, it's definitely Lycans. So I'm just so excited to see what will happen between these two teams. That Celsius Esports does grab that Mincetar, a really strong pick coming in. I think Mincetar goal lane is much better than Ruby because Ruby can sustain against other fighters, but Mincetar has little bit of difficulty. But the Akai pick has been taken from the side of Lafokabi, making sure they deny that Tiger's implosion. They deny the King's Calling coming in from Mincetar. What do you think of the draft so far, Peachy? Because I'm really excited.
Ray, I am excited as well. Look at that pretty strong picks coming in from both the sides. On the other hand, I really have to say, I think Super IMM, who will be on the tank, he is pretty good with the Tigreal. On the other hand, Ray, a small birdie just told me today that you actually went against Lafu Kabi. So, how was your experience with that?
Well, the experience. Well, to be told, it was that little bird needs to tell you a little bit more. But anyways, the experience was nice. Since we're all friends, we did have an exciting match going between us. Well, Team Lafu Kabi was able to get the win against us. Brandon with his Lunox is just too much. Well, this was in a custom lobby where we are denied the 10 bans. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we are heading on to the land of Dawn as we will see the battle between these two top teams fighting it off for another victory for their side, or it will be denied from the opposition team. And so far, I'm just really, really excited to see that Lycan on Fanny again, because I think Fanny has been banned on majority of the games against Lycan. So as he finally got his hands onto that Fanny, I just want to see how can he perform this game.
Ray, on the other hand, I really have to remind you that this will be a make or break match between that. Wait a minute, look at that Fanny going in with the double cables, but he will be dashing out because he is out of mana. On the other hand, the dash coming in from the Tigreal, it would be zoning them out, but there we go. The disengage is already set up. Meanwhile, coming back to my point. Wait a minute, okay, there is still damage going on. Okay, so coming back to my point, since Lafu Kabi did win out 2 of the matches, they have to win 1 more to go directly in the grand finals, because this is semi-finals of Eastern Edge season 2 and it is a best of 5. So we all know that this match would be important if Celcius eSports want to really stay in this competition.
Yes, indeed. And absolutely, I actually was able to, catch a little bit of a glimpse of the first game and then the second game as well. And I saw Lafu Kabi dominating with that Vexana. Oh no, they are prioritizing taking that Vexana down. And I think this might be a first blood from this side, but Vexana does escape by using her Eternal Guard. And Arlo coming in to try and say, oh, Minsitar charging in as well. Oh my god, there is just so much happening, trading goals off the road, but oh no, a complete reverse from that Vexana who took the first blood onto that Minsitar, but Vexana was punished by that Julian who came in on the scene at the appropriate time. There is just so much engage happening on the top lane as the team members of Lafu Kabi were punished for staying a little bit too long.
That is true. With that, Julian really got a head start, but even Fanny is getting a head start in the bot lane as well. She managed to pick off Ruby. On the other hand, she will be kind of late because looking at the turtle, it is very low, and the implosion is all set coming in. Right, it will be a one-man implosion connecting it. Two-man knock up with the Eternal Guard coming on to that. With that, Julian would be the one taking off Vexana from the back line. Pretty strong. Look at that.
Yes, and I think Team Celcius eSports has the idea on what to do. Kai coming with a heavy spin, trying to pin that Julian onto that wall. This might be a shutdown to the Akai. Oh my god, the priority by both teams is being done really well. The Team Celcius eSports is trying to prioritize onto that Vexana, who was the MVP for 2 last games, and they are trying to deny her any farm. At the same time, Team Lafu Kabi just knows their priority targets. They saw Julian was the one dominating, and the Akai immediately locked in with that flicker heavy spin, pinning him onto that wall and shutting him down. What a great discipline gameplay from both teams right now.
Yes, that is right, Ray. Look at them, both of them pretty aggressive, because we all know how Julian is the early game hero. He just has to get level 3 to just unlock all of his skills, so that is one of his advantage to him. On the other hand, Akai is also doing a phenomenal job, and even Super IMM with the Tigreal, he's using his ultimate in a good position, and he does not have his flicker up, but in few seconds he will be, and we might be seeing another flicker implosion coming in pretty strong from him. Wait a minute, look at that, he's going in with the implosion. It will be connecting to one man, but no, the chain CC coming in from Julian as well. The King's Calling will be doing its magic. It will be rendering them to not go out of his and not flicker it out. It will be a double kill for the Fanny. Fanny goes in with the cutthroat and even the cables. But Brandon joins into the team fight. Minsitar will be taken off. On the other hand, the Zaman force has been top. It will be the they had it trying to get the damage onto the Ruby, but no, it will be the Arlot, the finishing man for and sealing the deal for the Ruby.
What a brilliant engage coming in from the side of both teams. The team Celcius eSports prioritize on that Vexana. They really do not want that Vexana to snowball their team. So she was the first to be taken down from the side of Mintitar, who hooked her into her King's Calling. But the Akai with the heavy spin, as well as the Arlot coming in with that ultimate, it was just such, oh no, I think, Fanny coming with a really great retribution, but an implosion onto the three people, but they are able to escape as Akai uses the heavy spin. Mintitar is forced to use the King's Calling to save himself, and both teams just go away without any more further casualties on both sides. That engage on the mid lane was still as beautiful as ever, and that Arlot was able to do the finishing move on. Oh, we see another hook, but Mintitar does not have his King's Calling to stop Akai from retreating, and he will just go away as the Fanny takes down the blue buff. According to you, PT, what do you think? Like, we might be seeing another engage here.
Yes, that is true. Maybe look at that. Harris used up his Zaman force in the bot lane, but they are still thriving. Both the teams, Julian going in with the enhanced second kill. He is still there. The Frigid Glacier is not up because it was just missed in the top lane. The Eternal Guard doing its knock up. On the other hand, another implosion coming in. But Akai going in with the heavy spin. He's just trying to displace every single one. And it would be, unfortunately, the Ruby as well as the Aurora being picked off right here.
The 5-man engage on that bot lane. They did not care that it was the second outer turret. They just went in. They took down that Aurora. They took down that Tigreal. They even took down that Ruby. What a great synergy. Oh my god, look at that Fanny taking a solo kill on to that Julian. Lafu Kabi just showing such a great synergy, and why they're one of the India's top teams. Minchita was forced to use that King's Calling to try and escape, and he even uses the flicker, exhausting most of its resources as the third turtle is going to be spawning in just a few seconds, and I think it will be uncontested from the side of Celcius eSports, who are being pushed into a corner by the team Lafu Kabi. What an impressive game tonight we have, PT.
Yes, that is true. Look at that aggressive coming in from the Lafu Kabi. It is just enough to shut down Celcius eSports in every single lane. Right now, Julian is getting jungle gapped as well. So that is a big problem for Celcius eSports. On the other hand, look at that. The invade is already in from the red buff. On the other hand, the Lord will be up in just a second, and there we go. This will be the level 1 Lord. On the other hand, look at the flicker. It will be a heavy spin trying to displace every single one. Again, the King's Calling would be doing its damage, and a 4-man knock up with the Eternal Guard. It will be a shutdown for the Arlot, but no, the Cutthroat will be taking down the Julian. Maybe, no way, Fanny might have gotten maybe a maniac there, but the turret damage was just enough to take her down.
Yes, the Ruby coming in with the clutch of her, the second spinning skill, and was able to stop Fanny. Well, if this was the older Fanny, she would have, just went ahead, but this new Fanny immediately stops when you use crowd control, and Lycan was not successful at taking the 4 of them down, who were at sliver of HP, but he was inside the turret and was taken down immediately, and a shutdown from the side of Celcius eSports onto that Fanny being used by Lycan. Right now, we see both teams are getting into appropriate positions for the Lord as they're trying to see what the other team is trying to cook up. Julian is trying to poke the Lord, perhaps trying to do a Lord dance, but Tigreal is also trying to look for an opportunity. Fanny is charging in. She does not have her blue buff, but I think she will be fine. Julian has taken his blue buff already and has decided to engage on the Lord. Fanny has retreated to Akai with a heavy spin coming in. Oh my god, so many resources being used left and right, but Minsita was the first one to be taken down. Julian takes down the Harith as well. The Lord, oh my god, the Lord is actually slain by that Julian. What a great secure coming in. What do you think of this, PT?
Yes, that is true. Look at the projectation being missed again by the Aurora will be the end of Mina. That would be the Lord. 4 men down from the side of team. Lafu Kabi, Fanny is the sole survivor of that. She did miss on to that retribution, but it was covered by the Julian. They secured the first Lord for them. When I'm saying the first Lord, this is the first Lord for them because in the match one as well, in the match two, they did not secure any of the Lord. On the other hand, the Lord will be marching towards the mid lane. Teams Lafu Kabi, they are preparing themselves for the Lord to come in.
Yes, indeed, Peachy. And in this game, Team Celcius
Mhm.
eSports has prioritized the Vexa. We might see the Fanny being taken down because I think that was a little bit overconfident from the side of Lycan who just dived in. Minseza, who is a direct counter for that Fanny, and she did pay off with her life. Anyways, as I was saying, I think the priority being the Vexana this game really paid off to the side of Team O. Oh, we see another engage happening here, and I think Celcius eSports is actually making a little bit of a comeback here as they have secured the Lord, they have taken down the Fanny, and they even take down Mina. Despite being the roam, Mina was dominating. Oh, another hook coming in. Akai with the heavy spin, but was not able to land anything as Aura uses the phrase to push him away to his space. Anyways, the Vexana being the priority target, I think it's paying off this time. What do you think? Because the Vexana only sitting at 1 to 147 KDA this time is not able to do much in these team fights anymore.
Yes, that is true, Ray. Look at that. Another team fight breaking off in the turret. Looks like the King's Calling would be rendering Akai to not dash out. On the other hand, he uses his flicker into the inhibitor trying to escape.
Oh
But
no.
wait a minute. Wait a minute. There we go. It will be the Fanny getting the kill. On the other hand, Harith going ham onto that Tigreal. He will be securing that kill as well. The Eternal Guard is still up. They are trying to go in. There is still the cannon minion. On the other hand, Vexana, who was almost getting picked off, she uses up a flicker to survive that.
Yes, and I think that is a little bit of a crucial mistake the team Celsius eSports just made right now. They were making a little bit of a comeback to the side of Lafu Kabi, but they engaged on Akai. They wasted like 3 resources. I think it was Aurora's ultimate as well as Tiger's implosion and the Mintida's King's Calling. And once those ultimates were exhausted, Fanny just charged in and took 2 of their people down as Ruby, Julian were the only ones left defending, and they are pushed back onto a corner again as the Lord has spawned in. This is the Luminous Lord, and oh, Akai with the heavy spin.
He goes back. Look at that Fanny being picked off right before the Lord. The Frigid Glacier does his magic, but the Eternal Guard is still there, countering them out. It was a one-man knockup, but no, the King's Calling is also there to counter out the Harith, Harith who with the Zaman force. But no, 2 men down from the side of Lafu Kabi team, Celcius eSports, they are making sure they
Oh
get
no!
their advantages.
Oh no! Ruby with the Benny Cutie gameplay on the top lane, taking down that inhibitor turret of Lafu Kabi, creating a window of opportunity as the super minions will be deployed on the top lane. But Harith with the Zaman force was able to take down that annoying Aurora. But Julian with the enhanced second skill takes down the Harith as well, punishing him for taking down that mage. And Akai looks to be in an awkward positioning as Julian secures the double kill onto that Akai. Things are looking good for the side of Team Celcius eSports, who has the opportunity to take down this Lord. They just really need to watch out for the Fanny who could be coming in. She is looking for a position. Oh, the King's Calling has been used early on. She wasted 2 of the resources. Oh my god, she even took down the Tigreal. And even the Julian. This is why Lycan is such a goat at Fanny. He just took down 2 people all on his own. And Vexana coming in, but she does escape. The Lord will be secured by that Fanny since Julian was taken down by herself. Oh my god. This Fanny. This is why you do not give the Fanny to the Lycan. He just completely destroyed the team Celcius eSports. Despite being four people, they exhausted so many resources and they missed all of it, and they paid off with the Illuminous Lord as well as their lives.
It was a total wipeout coming in from Celcius eSports. What is happening? The river control, they did have it, but they just lost it. Fanny going in with the cables and the cut route. She's just marking out the important, like, the Aurora, the Mincetar, and with that, the fun fact is up. This will be the Easter egg season 2. They will be giving out fun facts like this pretty much. On the other hand, the turtle is sorry, not the turtle, but the Lord is up. It is still marching down. They are not allowing Team Celsius eSports. They're just not allowing the Lord to come inside.
Aura was baited into using her ultimate on that Fanny, who just dived in, dived out without any issues, and with one resource wasted, will Lafu Kabi look for an opportunity to dive in and perhaps take one of the inhibitors? Great defense coming in from the side of Celcius eSports, who were able to defend that Illuminous Lord really well, and they did not let it get inside their inhibitor turret. Their base still has the majority of the inhibitor turrets to their side, so they will be able to take, if in case Lafu Kabi secures another Illuminous Lord, they will be able to take another hit and they will be staying in this game. But it depends how long they will be, because Lafu Kabi is hungry. They really want to to secure this victory, because this could be their final game. They have 2 match points under their name. They just need this game 3. And on the other hand, this is the most crucial match for Celsius eSports, because this could be the one, if they deny this win to Lafu Kabi, they will be staying even a little longer in this competition, giving. Oh, Fanny is diving in and she does secure the blue buff. I don't understand why Ruby was trying to poke it, because Julian was away. Oh, Fanny diving in. I think Julian will be taken down very easily. Julian should have perhaps watched out and not went solo a little bit, and he will be punished. They are marching in on that mid lane. Do you think they will take down this inhibitor?
Oh, since a lot of minions are in, even the cannon minions, look at that 50% of the HP already blown off. On the other hand, the minions are all taken in. So looks like that would be answer no. On the other hand, the jungle gap, is already on. Julian is down. The Lord is up. It will be an easy Lord for Lafu Kabi right now.
Yes, and Harriet has already started taking down that Lord, and Fanny will be joining in soon to secure it. Tigreal perhaps trying to look to make a little bit of a play with his implosion, but his jungler is just not up yet. He will just not be on time. He will not respawn on time, and I think Ruby might be a little bit too overconfident diving in so soon. Her Queen's Wings has popped in, but she just flickers away, surviving at a little bit of her HP left as she heads back to her base, but she did waste 2 of her resources. It was the flicker and it was the Queen's Wings. In the next team fight, she will not have the damage reduction at low HP, and she might get one-shotted by that Fanny or that Harriet on that Zaman force. What do you think, Peachy?
Yeah, highly possible. Right now, if Fanny is all farmed up, she can actually 1v1 these Julian, so that is pretty W for them. Look at that sneaky Julian, but it would be avoided by. Okay, no, wait a minute. Looks like another 1v1 coming in. It would be. Okay, the immortality being popped off Julian. They go back. It is.
Oh!
Julian winning away, and the Fanny will be taken down right here.
The Fanny did not have any magic defense, and just landing a few skills was able to melt her down easily. We do know Julian has one of the most highest damaging skills in the game, and that is why he was able to take down that Fanny. But it's also really commendable how precise his skill aiming was. He predicted where the Fanny would be landing to kill him, and was able to take down that Fanny despite having the immortality on their side. But they do lose out on the inhibitor turret by the Illuminous Lord, and the team Lafu Kabi charging in on that mid lane. Their base has one weakness now, and it is that they do not have one inhibitor. One more Illuminous Lord and their base might get naked, or even the Nexus might get attacked by that Vexana who will use the Eternal Guard to push in. Not to mention the Arlot, the Akai, all of them preparing for an engage as they are waiting in the bush patiently looking for an engage.
Yes, that is true, Ray. Look at them. They are taking a control over the map. The river control already because Team Lafu Kabi, they need this lord again. They really need to get a victory. But on the other hand, another fun fact is up, and it would be based on Granger. So there we go. The Granger dealing the deadly bard uses music as a way to channel his deadly abilities in battle. That is true, ladies and gentlemen. You have seen him using a violin case in his hand, and another hand, he is using up a gun. With that, let's continue into the match. It will be between Celcius eSports and Lafu Kabi. To remind you guys, I know that is a little late right now, but please do get your friends and do like and subscribe as well, so that we can grow as well.
Yes, indeed, absolutely. Do share it with your friends, share it with everyone that you really enjoys these exciting tournaments, and so they can help us grow together in these esports. As anyways, the Lord has spawned in. Fanny is on the bot lane. She can rotate really fast, but I think Minster is trying to. Oh, a King's Calling engage has been made onto the Fanny. Will Fanny be taken down? No, Fanny escapes at the sliver of the HP and goes away as Minster just exhausted his King's Calling and might not be able to use it. Oh, Eternal Guard landing on to two people. Akai with the heavy spin as well. Julian is trying to help his teammate, but no, Ruby will be taken down as, oh my god, Harit is charging in with the Zaman for Ura's passive has already been locked in. She does use that Frigid Glacier, but it will not be enough. Oh, Tiger uses that Implosion, but he does not have any more teammates left to help him. Oh my god, this looks like this could be the end.
Possible, Ray. Look at that. The minions are pouring in. The minions do have the low HP, but the minions are, and this would enable them to get a head start. But on the other hand, Tigreal is trying so hard to push them away, and it is a wipeout from Celcius eSports. And with that, the crystal has been taken.
What a game. What an exciting game. Despite Celsius eSports prioritizing on shutting down and taking the kills. What a game. What a game. We'll be back with the results in school, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back.
Connection established.
La- Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This was the match 3 between Lafu Kabi versus Celcius eSports, where Lafu Kabi had another victory. This means they have defeated Celcius eSports in a clean sweep. Oh, you are looking at a result match right now, and with that, I'm looking at the builds. Truly, how look at Arlot as well. He is up with his Queen's Wing, but he made his War X quite late. So I really don't know what was that about. But Ray, continue. You can continue.
Okay, so per my analysis of sorry, analysis of both teams, I think the Ruby went a little bit too offensive because she was being taken down really easily. She does have three offensive items. I think going for a defensive one could have been better. But other than that, like there was just so much back and forth going on between both teams. Celsius Esports was trying to make a comeback by landing those shutdowns onto that Fanny, onto that Harris onto that Arlot, but they were just not able to succeed in the end. And the Fanny was just really, really dominating. But I think after being shut down a few times, she was not able to do much, and it was mostly the damage was done by the Harit on that Saman force. The team Celsius Esports really did a good job maintaining their pace, but at the end they were completely wiped out, and it was a victory to Lafu Kavi.
Yes, that is true. Even in the last moments, we did see Tigreal sacrificing himself. He tried his best to push out those minions, but just it was just not enough. A complete wipeout, and it was an easy victory for Lafu Kabi. With that, we will be going towards the MVP screen soon. So don't go anywhere.
And here it is, the MVP of this game. And I'm actually surprised. I mean, I do understand why he got the MVP, but I was low-key expecting the Fanny or perhaps the Harris because they were dealing, the most of the damage as well as taking down the opposition. But at the same time, without the Akai, I don't think it would have been possible for the side of Team Lahokabi, who were facing against the Ruby, a Tigreal, and a Mincis so much changed CCs. But Akai was there to save the day. He was doing everything with his heavy spin. He was disengaging. He was pushing them away. He was locking them onto a wall, creating the opportunities that Lahokabi need. And this is why we respect the roamers. This is why we respect the tanks.
Yes, that is true. And with that, we are at the end of our semi-finals round one. And there we go. Looks like Lafu Kabi will be attaining a spot in the grand final. But tomorrow they will be battling it out. This will be the eliminators versus ABM. They will be battling out for the day two in the semi-finals to get a spot in the grand final. So do come tomorrow as well. We will be seeing that another interesting match.
Yes, absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, the eliminators and the ABM, they go way down. They have a history together of facing off against one another. They have defeated once each other both times, and the eliminators have shown that they are indeed a very strong team to face off against. So it is going to be an absolutely exciting match. So please tune in tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, as we will see the semi-final showdown between Team The Eliminators and Team ABM, top two squads in India, facing for the spot in the grand finals against Team Lafu Kavi. And that will be all for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. This is me, Ray, with my co-caster Pichi. We will be signing off right now. Good night.
Connection established.
Fucking
established.